Hello everybody, it's Numerologist Michelle Buchanan here with your numerology forecast for December 2021. Now before I go into your personal year number individually, that number influences you directly and personally for the month, I want to go through the world year number and the world month number because that influences you also, and you put those energies or that description alongside your existing personal number, your own personal year number. So we're combining the world year and the world month with your personal year and your personal month in this forecast. And this is the intro for it. So the universal or the world year number that influences all of us, every single one of us will be influenced by this, is a 5-year. And 5 is in the middle of the 1 year of new beginnings, the 9 year of endings in a 9-year cycle. The 5 years right in the middle. So the 5 year is all about, hey, let's shake things up. Let's change the playing field. Let's turn things upside down, inside out, and have a massive shake up. It's all about change. Now, some change is really obvious. Other change can be really subtle. Some change affects all of us and some change is individual and personalized. It all just depends on your entire chart and what you've got going on in your own personal lives and how it will influence you directly. In general though, for the world, the 5 universal or the 5 world year number is saying unexpected events that create change, and also change created from events we did see coming, that we knew was bound to happen, that are expected. And the purpose of the change though in the long term is it's about being progressive. So it's about the change is necessary to step outside the box, to create something new, possibly and preferably something better. But in order for us to create something better, we need to remove whatever is based on a fault line, whatever foundation is unstable. And, you know, the craziness of the 5 in terms of forecasting is that it's sort of like this anything can happen and it usually does kind of vibration. And it's kind of erratic and it's kind of dramatic and it's charismatic and it's exciting, but it's also terrifying and just where the hell did that come from? My head is spinning. I don't even know what's going on. So it's a bit of a topsy-turvy energy. It's a number that requires that we all try and find it in a stability. Stability in our physical life, in our physical world, but also stability in our internal, emotional, psychological, spiritual foundation. That is where our true stability comes from within. So it doesn't matter what's going on outside of you. It doesn't matter what's going on around you in the physical world. When you are internally stable and strong, you will get through anything. And that is vital, especially in this energy, because the 5 can shake you up and spin you around, and then you're left sitting on top of your head going, what the heck's going on? We don't want that. We want you feeling like, yep, I'm in the spin cycle of the washing machine, but even so, no matter where it spits me out, I'm going to land on my feet. I'm going to be okay. And, you know, it is also an energy that says, dare to believe in a dream, dare to believe, because anything can happen and it usually does. So dare to believe that goodness will prevail, dare to believe that the light will overcome the dark, dare to believe that some unexpected opportunity can come. Now, the interesting thing about this combination of numbers with this 5 year, with all the craziness going on in the world, is the month of December is really powerful, because the month of December, in terms of the universal month number or the world month number that sits alongside the 5 universal year number, is an 8. And the 8 universal month with the 8 universal year, the 8 is it's got a couple of themes going on. Number 1, karma. Number 8 balances the scales of justice. Now, it may not be obvious, and it may not be justice prevailing right here and now, but it sets the wheels in motion for things that might be going on behind the scenes. Because karma is taking note. The law of cause and effect is on full alert. It always is. You cannot escape universal laws that govern this world. But when you've got an 8 involved, it means, wow, it's really working overtime. So for your own personal selves, don't do anything shady. Be honest. Be above board. Don't try and manipulate and control and be greedy. And because these are also energies of the 8 as well, as greed, manipulation, power, control. And that's what we're also going to see playing out as well. You know, especially when it comes to those in power, those in control, the darkness behind the scenes, grasping a hold of manipulating and controlling the masses for their own gain. And in terms of us personally, it's about us reclaiming our personal power, to not allow ourselves to be disempowered by the powers that be, or in our own personal individual lives on a daily basis, not being disempowered by, you know, the people that are the bullies in our life, or the worries and fears. You know, we can be disempowered by a fear. We can be disempowered by an addiction. We can be disempowered by another person or a group of people. We can be disempowered by the fear of speaking up and being our true, authentic self and saying what we really think and feel, at the fear of being ridiculed, excluded, or belittled. So it's interesting. It's just the most powerful combination of numbers right now, because it's saying stand your ground, be strong, be courageous, don't let yourself be manipulated, look for the hidden truths, stand strong, believe in yourself, as well as learning how to monitor your own personal power and not overpowering or disempowering others. You know, some of us out there are actually manipulating other people. It could be anything. It could be your child. It could be your partner. It could be somebody at work. So we really want to pay attention to those dynamics, because they are, you know, on full force this month too. One thing you need to know, the combination of the 5 and the 8 is a very magical number, where number 8 also rules manifestation and the law of attraction. So on one hand, you've got karma and justice playing out with the law of cause and effect, but then on the other hand, you've also got the law of attraction and the law of manifestation that states that whatever you focus your attention on the most, you will attract. So it's about learning to not focus mostly on what is wrong or what you're afraid of or all of the disaster, but to focus on the outcome we would rather have as a result. So instead of focusing on, oh my God, this is so scary, what's going to happen, I'm really afraid, focus on, well, what would you rather have happen? You would rather have power, you would rather be able to make decisions and have the ability to make positive change in your life and in the world. So focus on that, because that is a possibility as well. And we are successful when we come together as a unit, when we come together as a team. When one or more gather in my name, the higher power, when one or more has the same vision, is on the same frequency, and that frequency is about being united, coming from a place of love, coming from a place of inclusion and unity instead of exclusion and rejection and discrimination. We are overriding those old paradigms and going into a new world that will empower us all. But we have to take a stand first. We have to stand up. We have to be strong, and no more of this bullshit. No more bullshit. We are in control. We will make things better. No one's coming to save us. We have to save us, and we have to unite as a team. Now, there'll be many of us that won't want to join our team. That's fine. Each to their own. They'll be on their own team doing their own thing. And there's no right or wrong. It's all about perception and how you perceive the dynamics that are playing out now. But I'm telling you one thing, when the 5 and the 8 come together, and you've got that anything can happen, and it usually does, magical vibration of the 5, and you've got the 8, which is about when you are self-empowered and you're being honest and you're coming from a good place energetically and karmically, and you focus on what could be, and you focus on what is good and what is right, and you focus your attention on the outcome you prefer as opposed to what is currently happening or what is wrong or what you don't want to happen. When you focus a majority of your attention on what could be and how beautiful that is and what that feels like, what that looks like, what that tastes like, what that is going to be like in our world, when we focus our attention and our energy in that direction, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. Now, it may not happen overnight, but we're setting the wheels in motion. You've got to remember, this is a work in progress, and we're building and creating the foundation now, the foundations and the pillars that will set us free in the weeks, months, years, whatever to come. And so we can't underestimate the power of the work we're doing, even if we can't see any solid physical results just yet. Energetically, it's happening. So don't give up. Reclaim your personal power. Be strong. Stand up for what's right. Open your eyes. Look for the truth. If you're going to do some research and some Googling, don't Google. Don't go to Google. You know, it's owned by the powers that be. It's all bloody, edited, and it's all, honestly, you don't want to go to Google. Download the search engine like DuckDuckGoose and start from there and do your research there. Look on Rumble, look on BitChute, look for some videos of some speakers of things. I'm not going to go into topics. That's up for you to decide. Everyone's on their own path. I'm not here to convince you or try and pull you into my way of thinking. You'll find out for yourself, especially if you ask whatever you believe is a higher power, whether you believe in your spirit guides, whether you believe in guardian angels or Archangel Michael, or whether you believe in God or you believe in Buddha or you believe in the universe or whatever. You passed over Aunt Ethel. It really doesn't matter. But if you are communicating with a higher power and you are saying, show me the truth, show me what is real. I have no idea what's right or wrong. I have no idea what's real, what's not, but you know. Guide me in that direction. Show me, make it loud, clear, and obvious to me what is real, what is an illusion, what is truth, what is lies. And you go do your own research, all right? And so look for the truth, get to the bottom, get to the answers. So let's have a look now, guys, at your own individual forecasts. All right, so your own individual forecasts. First of all, we're going to work out your personal year number for the year. We do this by adding the day and month of your birth date to number 5. Why number 5? Because 2021 adds up to number 5. So we're just going to add the day and month of your birth date to number 5. So let me use the example, birth date, 28th of March. We would go 2 plus 8 plus 3 plus 5. Now that actually adds up to 18. The second rule of thumb is continue adding any double-digit numbers together until you get a single number between 1 and 9. Now in our example, 18, we add the 2 double numbers together, the 1 plus 8. 1 plus 8 equals 9. All right, and that's a 9 personal year number for that example. Let me use the example, the 11th of the 10th. So let's use the example, the 11th of October, and we're going to remember we're going to add that to the 5 for 2021. So for the 11th of October, we would go 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 5, and that's 8. So that actually is an 8 personal year number. All right, I'll say it one last time because it doesn't matter how many times I explain this. There's always someone that will go, how do I work that out? You're going to add the day and month of your birth date to number 5. Then keep adding numbers, double numbers together until you get a single number between 1 and 9, and that is your personal year number for the year. All right? All right, now let's get started with personal year number 1. All right, you guys are in a whole new beginning this year, a whole fresh start it's been for you. So we're at the end of the year now, so you should definitely have the wheels in motion by now about creating a new way of thinking, a new way of living, a new life. Everybody's different, and this one year will show up in many different ways. Some people's lives, it'll be really obvious. Some people might have a job change or a whole new career or, a whole new life where they don't have a career anymore or no job. Some people might have everything in their life the same, but they might have a new mindset, a new way of looking at the world, a new way of focusing on being healthier when they didn't before, a new way of living. They used to be, a big golf fanatic, and now it's no longer golf, they're into yoga. They might be smoking their whole life, and now they've given up and they've quit sugar. The new beginning can take shape in many, many different ways. One thing's for certain, it's about green light, all guns blazing, go full steam ahead to this new beginning and laying this new foundation for a new life for yourself and a new way of thinking and being. For the month of December, though, this is a month of putting down the groundwork and putting some effort in. So you're in a 4-month for December, and that means putting extra effort in to get the results you want. So some people it'll mean extra physical effort, like extra effort physically just to earn some money or just to get what you want or to get from A to Z or to accomplish goals. There might be delays, there may be obstacles. You might have to work harder than you've had to work any other time. but the effort will pay off. It's about slow and steady wins the race though. So it's the kind of vibration this month where you're trying to create something or you're trying to achieve something, but you might have to work twice as hard for the same result that you would need in the past to exert less effort into and get the same result, but now you have to work harder. But it's good because it will teach you persistence. And these are the things to know this month. You want to be persistent. You want to persevere. You want to have fortitude. You want to have discipline, determination, dedication. You want to cross your T's and dot your I's. Be accurate. Put the effort in. Be disciplined. Be focused. You want to know that, hey, where you go down one road and there's a dead end, it's okay. Just pack your bags and then go down another road. Don't have a tantrum. Don't lose your shit. Don't get all negative or shady or dodgy over it. Just pull yourself together, get strong, get confident, and get back out there. There is more than one way to skin a cat, and your job is to be open-minded to what some of those other opportunities and other ways are. But there is effort required. Now, some of you need extra effort required in the health area, extra effort required to get healthy. Other people need extra effort required just to be confident, extra effort required just to have a bit of faith, because you look around you and you're like, what the hell is going on? It's a shit show. It's a clown show. What the heck's going on here? I can't get confident. I can't feel good about myself. I'm shitting my pants. I'm included in that, by the way. I have to work very, very hard to keep myself in a positive state of mind, because I'm a naturally optimistic person, and I am working hard. I have a very strong spiritual practice where I meditate every morning. I'm in a decree group with the Mighty I Am Presence every day of the week for anywhere up to an hour. We do decrees to bring in the light. I have to work really hard to keep myself stable, and that's what's required, guys. Extra effort. You know, you go up, you go down, things are good, they're bad. You look ahead and you think, what the heck's going to happen to this country or to the people or to the world? And it's hard sometimes to be optimistic, but you have to work hard and that effort will pay off. So that's the clincher with the 4. A bit of effort required. It can be a bit challenging, but the rewards are there if you've got the right attitude, okay? It's all about the attitude. So make sure you have that good attitude this month. All right, let's move on now to personal year number 2. You guys are in a year that can be quite emotional for a lot of people. The 2 year is where you are creating balance and harmony from within. And sometimes that balance can only be created when you have figured out or you've been shown where you're out of balance, you see? So what it will do is it will highlight where you're out of whack and what you need to work on so that you can stabilize yourself. And for many people, that comes from an emotional foundation, or it comes from a psychological, attitude and how you perceive yourself in your life foundation. Some people, that comes from connecting with another person and finding love, or a circle of friends, or someone you feel a part of, like a tribe or a group, that helps you to create stability and harmony from within. The year is really about being aware and having heightened emotions so that you can discover your intuition and your gut instinct, your inner knowing a lot stronger. Great year for you to have a spiritual relationship and a spiritual practice so that you can get strong and balanced and harmonized from within. And also, there can be some emotional things that can happen that can trigger an emotional response in you that will help you to release not only the emotions you're feeling from the experience you're currently going through or that you've gone through this year, but also releasing emotions that have been stored up in you your whole life so far, One thing's for certain, the 2 highlights the emotions. So if you're feeling good emotions, that's a really beautiful thing because it will amplify those beautiful positive emotions too. Now, for the month of December, you guys are in a 5 month, and that's where anything can happen, and it usually does. So it's a month of change and unexpected events. So I want you to be positive. I want you to have the attitude that, hey, whatever comes my way, I can deal with it. I want you to be flexible, adaptable, go with the flow, roll with the punches, and just believe that it doesn't matter what comes your way, you will be able to make it through. And the good thing about the 5 is it's a number of opportunity. Look outside the box, get ideas, make connections, do a bit of a bit of groundwork and a bit of be a bit of a mover and a shaker, a bit of networking to gather resources and information and reach out and join groups or be a bit more social. It's a great month to make changes. It's a great month to do things you've never done before, to be doing things that are a bit more different. The feeling of freedom comes to the surface as well. You may feel like you're restricted, or other people may feel like they've got extra freedom this month. But just know, it doesn't matter what the restrictions are in your physical world. No one can take your heart and soul and your mind away from you. So you can feel free in that space. And a lot of people can do that. The stronger your spiritual practice, the easier it is to be in challenging situations. I cannot stress enough how much a spiritual relationship or a spiritual practice or belief will help to ground you, will help to build your faith and get through any challenges that you may find yourself in. So I'll leave that with you, and I wish you the very best. So let's move on now to personal year number 3. You guys are in a year where it's been really important that you speak out, that you have conversations to iron things out, that you're not afraid to say what you really think and feel, especially when it goes against what the norm is or what other people believe or think. There is a space, and there is a right space and a right place and a right time. So you don't just go blurting things out to wind people up and create unnecessary stress and torment. That's the thing with the 3. It's a communication number, and it's saying express yourself, but you've also got to show courtesy and discernment. There's no point creating negative energy by winding people up and just being a smart ass. It's about you learning how to be mature and wise and compassionate with your words, because the 3 energy is about self-expression that uplifts, empowers, and inspires. Not using your self-expression and communication to make someone afraid, or to argue, or to gossip, or to stress people out, or to just be a dickhead. It's about using your self-expression to uplift, empower, and inspire, to teach, to inform, to advise, to counsel, to help bring peace and harmony and beauty and goodness into this world. Great year for anyone that's finding a creative pursuit, or is finding ways to express your emotions and what your thoughts and feelings are. For the month of December, you're in a 6 month, and that is a strong focus on relationships and family, community, friends, work colleagues, people. So first and foremost, you need to know that because it's got the 3 with the 6, and the 3 is about conversation and communication and expressing yourself and getting things off your chest, I would say with this combination of numbers, first and foremost, make sure you've got you don't leave any stone unturned in terms of conversations that need to be had to clear the air with other people. Forgiveness is huge. Doesn't matter who's right or wrong. On one level it does, but on the energetic level it really doesn't matter. What really matters is that you feel peace in your heart no matter what, and no matter who was right or wrong, because it's not about winning. It's not about being right. It's about being at peace within your own physical self. Because I'm telling you, when you're not at peace in your own heart, in your emotions, and in your own physical body, that will make you physically unwell. The body cannot contain negative emotion for prolonged periods of time before it breaks down. And we're at a time where our immune system needs to be in tip-top shape. Now, your immune system can be attacked by negative emotions. So you don't want that bitterness, that angriness, the feelings of revenge to eat away at you, because it's only you that's going to be hurt. It's only you that will suffer for that. So if there's any of you out there with conversations that need to be had to clear the air, even if the person, you can't talk to them directly, or you don't want to talk to them directly, write a letter. Write it down, say what needs to be said, and burn it. Release it, or send it to the person. Send an email. Whatever. If the person has passed over and you can't speak to them, that's fine. Write it down and send it out to the universe. Send it to them energetically. They don't have to be in your presence to have those conversations. Next thing you need to know about this combination of numbers is be there for those who need you. Be a shoulder to cry on. Assist the community where you can. Assist family, friends, neighbors, work colleagues, whatever. Be there for your children. Be there for your family. And be there for you. It's very important with the 6 that you don't drain yourself trying to be everything to everyone. It's a noble quality being of service and being of assistance to others, but at the same time, you can't compromise your well-being well-being as a result. There are times where we just have no choice, but we have to compromise our well-being because we're doing the right thing and there's no way around it. But you need to steal moments, even if it's 5 minutes where you hide away in the bathroom and you just do some breathing. And you call on a higher power, you call on the divine, and you say, charge me up. Respark every cell of my being with your golden, white, bright power of light, and recharge me so that I am back in action and I am on full force, because I am drained, I'm exhausted, I'm down, I'm depressed. I need you. I need you to come and beam me up, Scotty. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you take some time out for yourself to recharge your batteries and to try and find some sort of balance between giving and receiving, although this is a period of time where there is a lot more giving that is required of you. Relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface may need to rise to be resolved. So be aware of that as well. I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 4. You guys are in a year that is required effort. Effort from your part, and it doesn't necessarily mean effort the whole year. There can be times where there's only effort required in some parts of the year, and that would be the case for anyone with any number, really, because that's the nature of life: up, down, hard, easy. So the main thing is, though, for this year, you've been building a solid foundation within yourself, within your life, in your physical world, in your emotional, spiritual, and mental world, that will create a level of stability that will carry you through in the years to come. Some people, they focused on that financially, where they're getting their finances in order, their careers and their work and all of that sort of stuff has been sort of, you know, a work in progress, working on building and rearranging things there. Other people, it might be mentally. A lot of work needed this year to get themselves mentally stable and grounded and focused. Other people, it might be emotionally, it might be spiritually. Honestly, everybody is different, but effort has been required to get everything done that needs to be done. Now, for the month of December, you're in a seven month, and that is where you are going within. You're going within to build a solid foundation, spiritually, internally, focusing on your personal growth, asking the big questions. Who am I? Where am I going? What's the meaning of life? What's important? What's not? Is it important that I'm healthy and safe and I'm keeping my family healthy and safe? Or is it important that I go on a holiday and go to restaurants and cafes? You know, what are your priorities? What's really important here? We're looking at the long term, not just the short term satisfaction. There might be some discomfort required. You know, the 7 is asking, go within, connect with nature, find your spiritual side, connect into your intuition. The 7 is also the truth seeker. So the 7 is the seeker to get to the bottom of what truth and what is truth and what is illusion. What is real? What is not? What is ego? What is the soul? And it's where, you know, the big questions will come up, the deeper meaning of things. We're not on the surface anymore. And as each month passes, guys, that's part of why this whole bullshit's going on right now around the world. It's because we're peeling away the layers of the bullshit and getting to the real nitty gritty of what's really going on and what the truth is. And part of your own internal journey as an individual person is tearing away all the bullshit in your life as to what's really important, what's really real, what really matters in life is not stuff. You know, it's not things, it's your spirit, it's love, it's connections with people of like mind, it's nature, it's the raw and real, what's the word? Simple things in life. Not all the bells and whistles. It's the simplicity of basic values and morals and simple things that bring a lot of pleasure, but we've been so illusioned and so conditioned to be addicted to the bells and whistles and think that everything outside of that simplicity is what we need and what is important when it's actually not. So for the 7, spend time alone, contemplating where you can, you know, focus on your spirit, mind, body, spirit, do some personal growth, do some spiritual growth if you can. Find something, a spiritual practice, and make sure that you are, like I said, get out, spend some time in nature. All right, let's move on now to personal year number 5. You guys are always going to be in par or in alignment with the universal or the world year number. So you get a double dose of what I said in the introduction. If you haven't heard the introduction, go back and listen to it now for extra information of your forecast for December. The 5 year has been all about change. It's been about shaking things up. It's been about the concept of freedom comes to the forefront. Some people will feel they've got extra freedom in their life, especially those that have career changes or have no job. They've got more free time on their hands, but the panic of no money and income coming in is terrifying. That is one of the most terrifying things that a human being can go through, is to not feel they can support themselves. It's horrific. It's tragic. It's, oh God. Anyway, so some people will have a feeling of more freedom in their life. Other people will feel their freedom has been taken and it's restricted. And it's about you going through those motions and feeling those feelings and taking a stand whichever way that you are on, whatever side of the fence you're on, to don't take it lying down. It is a time of change, and it is a progressive. Number 5 is about progress, movement, and change, and moving from one state to another, changing things up. And the month of December, the 8, is about law of attraction, manifestation. Man, I can attract what I focus my attention on the most. What do I believe? What's the outcome I want, rather than dwelling on what is wrong, dwelling on what is currently happening, worrying about what could go wrong. You know, you're attracting whatever you're thinking about. So you've got to make sure that you are worrying as less as you possibly can. I know that's hard. Trust me, I know, I'm the same. And catching yourself out when you're worrying unnecessarily and saying to yourself, right in this moment, right here, right now, right in this second moment, right now, I am safe. Right now, that hasn't happened. So I'm not going to worry about it until it happens. It might not even happen. But you need to reclaim your power to create. You are a powerful creative being, and you need to understand that you need to shift your focus on what the outcome is that you would rather have. How would you rather feel? You would rather feel safe. You would rather feel secure. You would rather feel that you're financially stable. You would rather feel healthy. So focus on what that feels like. Visualize what that looks like. Give attention, more and more attention to that, because you attract what you focus your attention on the most. All right, so I'll leave that with you, and just know the 8 also is about money, business, and finance. There could be career changes. Don't overspend. Save your money. Take care of any legal issues or matters that need to be resolved. Know that the 8 is also about power, and you reclaiming your power and not allowing yourself to be disempowered. Not allowing yourself to be disempowered by fear. Not allowing yourself to be disempowered and manipulated and controlled by lies and deceit and illusions. All right, wake up, see the truth, stand up for yourself, take a stand, and you'll get results. Right, let's move on now to personal year number 6. You guys are in a year where there has been a focus on maybe those that need you, family, relationship issues that come to the surface need to be resolved. Things need to be worked out. Some are workable and will be worked out. Others not so much. Others are always one step forward, 2 steps back. It's good, it's not good, it's good, it's not good. That's, you know, some of those kinds of relationships that it's up, down, it's all over the show. You know, that we grow so much from them. If they're unhealthy, obviously it's in your best interest to walk away. If the dynamic is unhealthy and destructive. But if it's not unhealthy as such, but it's challenging, that's normal. You know, the most challenging relationships in our lives are the ones where we grow the most from. Even if one of the things we have to grow, one of the areas we need to grow and develop in is in compassion for someone else, or it's in forgiveness, or it's in patience. Being patient, that's just the way they are. They're a complete dickhead, but that's just the way they are. I need to learn to accept that. I need to accept that. What do I need to work on? Why can't I handle them? What's in me? What's wrong? What is the issue I've got within me that's preventing me from being more understanding towards them? You know, we've got to work on some of that stuff too. And those kinds of people really push our boundaries and really, you know, stretch us. But they're so good for our personal growth, providing they're not destructive or unhealthy relationships. Now, you guys are in a 9-month. And the 9-month is about endings, completion, and transformation. Out with the old to make way for the new. So look around your life, especially in relation to people, situations, circumstances. What is not healthy? What have you outgrown? What is just a habit now? What is just a sort of behavioral pattern that you're just playing out because you don't know anything different, or you're too lazy to make a change, and it's just habit. It's almost like the bed of the devil, you know, let's just go down this road. You don't have to do that anymore. Now life has given you an opportunity to go, no, I'm out of here. Or no, I'm going to make a change. Or now I've changed how I perceive things and I don't need to carry that around with me anymore. It's a number of forgiveness. It's a number of let it go, accept, let go, move on, to free yourself, to free your heart, to free your soul, to free your mind. Let it go. Leave it in the past. So what have you outgrown? What are you sick of carrying around? What's bogging you down? Let it go. You need to lighten your load moving forward. We've got some real fucking crazy shit that might be coming ahead. Excuse my language, but I'm a very passionate person and I was raised in the rough side of town, so I swear sometimes. Desperate, crazy times call for desperate, crazy language, to be honest with you. So have a look and see, what do I not want to carry around anymore? What is just holding me back? And what new opportunities exist out there for me? You know, when you close a door and you let something go, you will be surprised at the opportunities that are then free to come into your vibration because you freed yourself up. You let it go. There's a space there. And if you focus on what's right and you believe that good things are coming, good things can come because you've now created the gateway. You've created the bridge for it. All right. So out with the ultimate way for the new. Don't hold on to the devil you may know. Be free. Believe that things can be better and take a chance. So I leave that with you and I wish you the very best. Let's move on now to personal year number 7. You guys have been in a year where there's been a lot of internal stuff going on. There's things happening in the physical outside of you, of course. You wouldn't be alive as a human being if nothing was happening outside of you. But there should have been a lot of opportunity this year for you to really think at a deeper level, to really contemplate and ask yourself the big questions. Who am I? Where am I going? What's important to me? What's the meaning of life? What matters? What doesn't? What's illusion? What's real? And get to the simplistic answers of what's really important. You'll find that's actually what's really important in life are just the basic things. Love, connection, nature, people in your tribe, you know, all of that, as opposed to things and stuff and achievements and success and look at me bullshit. You know, it's about really getting real and what's important. Spending some quiet time alone to contemplate those answers, developing a spiritual practice, working on your own personal growth, and quiet time alone in nature, really important. You're in a 1 month for December, and that's about new beginnings to create a whole fresh start. You've got a green light to go ahead. What changes do you want to make? What new things do you want to begin? Some people, this will be really obvious. It might be something really big. Some people might have a new relationship or a new project they're working on, or a new job, or move house into a new home, or something big like that, right? Or the end of a school period and into a new job or something. You know, everyone's different. And then other people, it won't be very big. It will be just subtle things. Everything's the same home, same job, same friends, same life. But something new happens inside of you. Might be something subtle, like a new way of thinking, a new way of perceiving your childhood, or a new way of perceiving somebody in your life and looking at them from a whole new angle, and that shifts the whole dynamic between you. And now you've got this whole new foundation of friendship or connection with someone totally different from what it's ever been. You know, everyone's life is different, but the 1 month is saying, green light, go forward, take action, be determined, be strong, be courageous, do something new, be daring, be different, be original, be unique, be strong. All right, so I'll leave that with you and I wish you the very best. Let's move on now to personal year number 8. And this year is a dynamic year because the 8 is about manifestation, and it's about the law of attraction, where you really want to get on top of this and understand your ability as a creative, powerful creative being. Your thoughts are alive, your words are alive, your emotions are alive, and whatever you're projecting out, you are attracting more of. So the simple equation is focus your attention on what you want more than what you don't want. Okay, so if you're going to attract what you're thinking about and what you're feeling, then it pays to not stress and worry about things that haven't happened yet that could happen that are bad, because you've got every chance of increasing that and bringing that and drawing that into your life. We don't want that. We want to focus on what we would rather have, how we would rather things be. We want to focus on what we want, We want to focus on stability, security, good health, financial abundance, safety, security, all of those things. Whatever your stuff is, focus on what you would rather have rather than what you currently have, don't want, or afraid of happening, because you'll attract it. And as I always say, whenever I talk about number 8, I say the best book you can read to understand more about this is called Quantum Success by Sandra Ann Taylor. One of the best books you'll ever read in your life. It's a New York Times best-selling book. It is very easy to read, and it's very simple. It's not very big. It's only a short book, and it's to the point, and it's beautiful, uplifting. It will change your life. Quantum Success by Sandra Ann Taylor. Now, the number 8 also is about the energy, and it brings to the forefront the issue of power and control over you, manipulation, power, control by the powers that be, those that are in charge. That can be anything. It can be government, it can be politics, it can be leadership, it can be a boss at work, it can be someone in your life. Some people, you're the bully. Some people, you're the one that's disempowering others with your control and your manipulation and your crazy ways. And then other people that, everyone's situation is different. And then you've got some people that have neither. They don't have anyone disempowering them in their life, and they're not disempowering others. They're in a beautiful alignment. They're in harmony and balance, and they are totally right in the middle, and they are, just in perfect alignment and don't have any of those issues to deal with. And I love that. Those are my kinds of people. And those people, use that balance to bring in that beautiful light for the planet and the people in your country and the people, and help them to find their own balance and their own equilibrium and their own inner harmony and alignment. So for you guys, you're in a 2-month for December, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's an 11-2. And that's about, one of the best things you can do in this combination of numbers is focus on your spiritual practice. Find a spiritual practice if you don't yet have one. Personal growth, spiritual growth, prayer, meditation, decrees, affirmations, visualization, breath work. If you're into yoga or body movement, studying online, it could be anything mind, body, spirit related. Energy work, law of attraction, all those sorts of things, that sort of mind, body, spirit, holistic approach, understanding the universal laws, getting to the truth of what's really going on in the world. The 2 and the 11-2 is also going to amplify your emotions and your intuition. So you might feel more emotional than you normally would. You might feel a little bit more vulnerable and sensitive than you normally would. Know that it's not going to stay that way, but it is there for a reason. And one of the reasons, there are 2 reasons for that. One, the more amplified your emotions are, the more aware you will be of repressed emotions or emotional issues that you've got that need to come to the surface so that you can understand them and acknowledge them and release them in a healthy way. So it will amplify things, because when we feel emotion, when something happens and we're expressing emotion, let's say sadness or loss or fear, it's not just that, it's the emotion isn't just the emotion we're experiencing in that moment from that particular event or situation. You've got to remember, it's an accumulation of all of that emotion from everything that's ever happened in your life. So if you're experiencing fear and you're in a fearful situation and you're experiencing fear, that emotion of fear is not just from that one isolated incident that you're going through now. It'll be from every time you've ever experienced fear in your whole life. And so what we need to do is, we're energetic beings in a physical body, and our physical body will store our emotions and energy in our body. And when it's repressed and it's not looked at, it's not addressed and acknowledged consciously and released in a healthy way, it will fester, and it will eventually turn into disharmony in the body, which leads to illness. And so that's why it's really important to look at your emotions and to understand what they are and to bring them out in a healthy, safe way and acknowledge them, understand them, make peace with them, and then release them, because you'll find a lot of the time they weren't even real. The situations were real, but the way that we perceive them and how much we took it emotionally to heart wasn't necessarily in proportion to the situation. So, we can release ourselves, So, So yeah, so the 11-2 and the 2 month is about you getting in touch with your emotional side, releasing any unoppressed emotions. Also, the second reason why I said the emotions are amplified and why it's a good thing in the 2 energy is because when you've got heightened emotions, you are more compassionate. You're more sensitive to others. You're more open. You're more loving. You're more able to connect in a more meaningful way, have a more deep and meaningful connection. As well as the heightened emotions can also amplify intuition. You just have to be really balanced psychologically, and have done a lot of, psychological work on yourself, so that the more balanced you are mentally and emotionally, the more clearer your intuitive guidance will be, because the way you're interpreting it is from truth, not from your ego's illusion, or you're not filtering it from a dirty filter because you've got mental issues or emotional issues that cause you to perceive things incorrectly because of your own paranoias or your own issues, or your filter's not clean. So amplified emotions, intuition, and working on repressed emotions. Great time to bond though. Great combination of numbers if you're looking for something meaningful. And some of you, not all, but some might meet someone special or have a deep and meaningful connection with someone that's already in your life. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a friendship, all of those sorts of things. So bear that in mind. I'll leave that with you, and I'll move on now to personal year number 9. You guys are in a last year of a 9-year cycle. It's the last year and the last month of the last year of that 9-year cycle. Out with the old to make way for the new. You should have done a lot of growth, a lot of growing this year. You should have come a long way in terms of your personal development and your self-awareness if you've been doing the work. A lot of people are in the illusion. They don't want to do any work. They just want to be in the physical world and ignore everything that's going on internally. I don't know what the trick is to be more self-aware, because the more self-aware you are, the more sort of balanced you are in yourself, and whatever happens to you in life, you can be more stable and grounded and maneuver your way and be a bit more adaptable when challenges come. Those that aren't doing any work on themselves, the hits will hit them a lot harder because they've got no stability. They've got no foundation of stability from the inner work they've done. So many of you would have done the work, and I'm really proud of you, and that's freaking awesome. I'm one of those people. I've come a long way in my 9-year too, and I'm so grateful for it. It's been extremely hard, but it's been very rewarding as well. So it's about us growing into this wise soul, the chrysalis into the butterfly, preparing for a whole new year next year. And we finish off with this 3-month in December. And the 3 is being a bit more joyful. Last month might have been quite emotionally heavy for some. The 3 is about fun, celebration, communication, self-expression, speaking your truth. You've done some work on yourself. You know yourself a bit better. Don't be afraid to speak out about what you think and feel and what's right. Especially because 9 is also the number of justice and humanitarianism. And the 3 is about speaking up and communicating and expressing your truth. So don't be afraid to be who you are. Speak out. It's a great combination. Numbers also this month for you guys is be more social. Reach out. Make connections with people. If you need to express yourself, write journal, write letters to people, have conversations with people, say those things that need to be said, resolve unresolved issues. And the person doesn't have to be in the physical. If you can't do it or you don't want to do it directly with them, you can write a letter and you can release it to the universe. You can write a letter and then burn it. There's many different ways of doing this, but you need to get things off your chest. You need to express yourself. Great time to have more fun. Whatever makes you feel good, do more of that, because that will raise your vibration. When your vibration is raised, you improve your health. When your vibration is raised, you attract good opportunities. When your vibration is raised, it's harder to get a dent in your armor because you're so much stronger from within. So get out there, do more of what feels good, have more fun, even if you have to work really hard to be positive or to have fun. Put that effort in, because it will pay off. And I wish you the very best. I hope you have a great new Christmas, and I will be back for the forecast with the forecast on the 1st of January. All right. I love you all. Have a great month. Bye.